Miss Ponte. How you doing? I just did this video. I had to redo the whole thing because I had the phone up and down instead of sideways. You know how we old people are. So I got to redo the whole dang thing. Here's Brownie. Hey, Brownie. Say hi. Hey, hi. Well, he's not even looking. Hey. Okay. So here we go again. I'm going to work it all over again. On page 109. Go ahead and turn to page 109. Now we're not using these formulas today. You still got to memorize them, but we're not doing circumference today. So let's just look at them and remember those are circumference. Area is the one that has the square, the two in the air, squared. So that's the one that's area. So let's look for area. Go ahead and write the formula for the area of a circle. It says find the area of the following semicircle. Use pi equals 22/7. We're going to go fast. You should already know how to do this. The only thing that's going to be different is at the end of the problem, we're going to do something a little different, okay? Write the formula. Instead of the pi symbol, what am I going to put? Look in the problem. Does it say 3.14? No. You're going to use 22/7 instead. So next row. Instead of the pi, put 22/7. Now look at the problem. What's the R in this problem? You have to look at the drawing. What's the R? Oh, 14. No. Some people said 14. You're not paying attention to detail. And I'm going to come around and see who said 14. You have to pay attention to detail. See how tall that 14 is? It goes all the way across the circle. We talked about this the other day. If a line goes all the way across the circle through the middle, it's called a diameter. Remember how tall the letter D was we talked about? So we want an R. R is only halfway across the circle. So change the 14 to an R by chopping it in half. So go ahead and go to the next row. 7 instead of 14. 7 squared. Remember, we don't say 7 with a 2 in the air anymore. We say 7 squared. Next row, you're going to do some more working. I need you to make the 49 into a fraction so we can be fraction times fraction. So we can do multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, okay? So how do you make 49 into a fraction? I'm going fast because you already know all this. I ran out of room. You put a 1 under the 49 to make it a fraction. Now, multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom. We're not going to talk about how you could mark out the 7 and mark out the 49. Remember, we're not going to talk about that. If you know how to do it, great. So, multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom. Do not leave your answer like this. Most of you wanted to the other day. That's 1,078 divided by 7. So do it on your calculator. 1,078 divided by 7. But this is where you would have stopped the other day. That's all we learned the other day. But today we're talking about a semicircle. So this is the formula for the area of a circle. We just want a semicircle or a half circle. So you know, just by thinking logically, oh, we only want half the circle. So we're going to divide it by 2. Chop it in 2 pieces because we only want half that number, 154. On to the next problem. You're going to work it exactly the same. They want you to put 22/7 for pi, so put it. They told you R is a 6 in the drawing. You don't have to chop any diameter in half this time. They told you the R is a 6. I need you to make 36 into a fraction. 36/1. Now multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom. That's what you get. Do not leave your answer like that. You need to actually do 792 divided by 7. But when you get your final answer, leave it in the calculator because it's going to be a weird decimal answer because we don't want the area of a whole circle. That's what we just found. The area of the whole circle was 113 point something. You just want, if you notice the drawing, this was a half a circle. This is not a half a circle. You have to actually look at it and say, Now I drew those little dotted lines in. They were not there. You have to logically think. This is a half. This is a fourth. A fourth of a circle. So if you want just a fourth of something, you chop it into 4 pieces. So you take that answer, 113.14 something, and leave it in your calculator, and then say, oh, I only want a fourth of that. So divide it into 4. Write your answer down. They didn't tell us how many decimal places they wanted in our final answer, so just round it to the nearest 1 decimal place. So that means you're not going to put 28.2. You're going to round it to the nearest 1 decimal place, it'd be 28.3. All right, the other questions in lesson 18 are very similar to this. They're about semicircles, which means a half a circle, and quarter circles, which means a fourth of a circle. So we're going to go ahead and do some of those right now. We have to hurry because we need to do 30 minutes of iReady today. I hope you brought your earbuds today, which I gave you. Go ahead and make sure you circled your final answers. We're going to come around and check them. See you later. Bye.